Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel and another video. It's 9 months away. It's a relaunch, and what do you do when you relaunch? You normally get everything new and updated, but I've just stuck with what I've had before. But just gonna rebrand it in a different way. And
Okay.
when you do that, you look to your friends. I don't have many, so Tom, it's it's our third kind of Arsenal review. We've done it 3 seasons in a row. They normally go
Have we?
down. They normally go down well. People
Yeah.
are very positive towards me. Um,
Okay.
they normally don't like
I'm
your
so
play.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I was just about to say they don't like your player of the season normally.
Right.
I believe you had Rob Holding one year, which
I did, yeah.
caused a slight ruckus. Three people were very put out of place by that.
It's all right looking back on hindsight.
Yeah,
We've all got
yeah,
hindsight, mate.
yeah, yes, but no. So yeah, we're back here. It's a Arsenal season review. I know it's a bit late, but it is what it
Better
is.
late than never, innit?
Exactly, Tom. I just took the words out of my mouth. So Tom, I, I've been doing thousands upon thousands of podcasts, so people pretty much know
Yeah.
what I thought of the season and why. What about yourself? What did you make of Arsenal's season this year? Because
Uh,
there's a lot to talk about. Even though
yeah.
it feels like it was ages ago, probably because we've got our first pre-season game in 48 hours, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's still important.
Do you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, I thought it was a very good season. Enjoyable. Obviously not at the end, really. But, you know, it can't it I was never one of the people who thought like we're going to go on and win the league. I was always a bit like, no, this it can't happen. It's too good. It's 2023. Nothing good can happen. And I just thought I didn't truly believe, but I had a bit of belief there. So I was a bit disappointed. But in terms of the season as a whole, I think it was good. Good football. I think it's the first time in a probably over a decade that it feels like the fans are back on side. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I just, just really want the next season to start because I'm fed up of waiting to be like, well, are we going to be rubbish again? Are we going to go back?
Yeah,
Was it a one-off? Was it a one-hit wonder?
yeah.
Or are we going to, are we going to stay there for a bit? But I suppose we'll talk about it later. But the signings we've made suggest that potentially we're there for the long haul.
Well, that's it. There's people on TikTok who don't have ears that think they think we're a fluke. We're one season wonders. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I do agree with you. You want to find out ASAP, really.
yeah. Well, yeah. You get all the TikTok people, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
You
Yeah,
get all the mentalists.
you sadly do. Yes. So, in terms of you say there, you didn't think we were going to win it and everything else like that. I I'm one of them. I did get sucked in towards.
Mm,
Especially pre that Man United game when Nketiah scored and everything else a bit after.
yeah,
I got slowly sucked in, and then you get brought back down to earth very quickly.
yeah,
you draw with West Ham. You go to the Southampton game. You think, oh,
yeah.
I'm there thinking, oh, this is going to be fantastic, and then
Oh yeah,
within
you were
what
there, yeah.
10 or so seconds, I'm like, oh, this is ruined. This is
All right,
ruined. This
yeah,
is all my
yeah.
fault.
Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah. And then you have the Man City game after, which was just that was another blow, and then it just all
Do you
went
know?
from
Do you know what? Right, this might be a controversial take, and it's not my take,
there.
but it's one that I agree with, and it was from a mentalist on Twitter, from one of the other popular Arsenal channels. Um, and I do. It sounds mental, but I do agree. But like the death of Queen Elizabeth II, was she the second? Was she the second Queen Elizabeth? That genuinely, I think that did that did disrupt our season a bit because when you think, like he says, we were due to play City and that got called off out of respect for the Queen.
Mm.
I, from what I know, I didn't know her well, but from what I heard, she was an Arsenal fan and she would have loved that game to go ahead because we were the momentum was full on. We were going, we were battering it, we were battering people, and City at that point was it no, it weren't October, was it? Was it October?
Oh, mate, I should. I of all people should know when the Queen died, but I've blamed. I've completely out my head.
But yeah, I do just remember it's like, yeah, we're playing City, we'll have a really good chance because City hadn't quite clicked
Mm.
just yet. People were
Hadn't
debating whether Haaland made it worse. Then he got
hadn't
called
they?
off.
They just, I swear, I think was it Liverpool or Spurs had beat them just before it when
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
meant to be. They dropped points in like two games just before it, right, or something.
yeah, I think you're right. I think it
Yeah.
was, yeah, I feel like it maybe was the Liverpool game. And yeah, I think we were on the up. They were sort of a bit getting used to playing with Haaland for some reason.
Mm.
And I think we could have beaten them then, and then we wouldn't have had the two games against them, and obviously lost both in a really critical part of the season.
Yeah, yeah. The only side in the top nine that didn't take points off them, yeah, it was
Yeah,
us.
yeah. It's
Very
typical. I
annoying.
mean,
Very annoying.
that's just standard Arsenal, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say as well, just quick. A lot of stuff was thrown out there towards Mikel for the cups and what have you. I don't diminish any trophy.
Mm.
I want to win all of them if we can. I know it's impossible. City only did the treble; they didn't do the quadruple. So
Yeah,
just go.
it's difficult. That.
They'll probably do it this year.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but yeah. But what did you think of how we treated the cup? Because a lot of people thought that we didn't really give them the respect that they deserved. I thought the Europa League. Um, I'm like you can't really begrudge the guy scoring a worldie
yeah.
uh, against Ram. I mean, should Ramsdale have even been playing? Turner was playing all the way beforehand, and then he swapped it, and it went to penalties. And you look at Turner the other night, and his record
Mm,
throughout his career at penalties. He's brilliant at
yeah.
penalty shootouts. Um, and then
I, d-
obviously you had Saliba and Tomiyasu, who but people were like, well, why was Saliba playing in that game? And he got injured, and that sort of derailed everything as well. I mean, a lot of people said, oh, is missing one player really that bad? Is that what you Arsenal fans are clinging on? I'm like, yes, because because that
well,
one
yeah. I
player.
mean, yeah. Well, no, I mean, people could say that, but I would argue it was the fact we lost Saliba and
Mm,
Tomiyasu
yeah.
because I think if just Saliba got injured, I think we're fine. We go to Ben White in the centre back, and Tomiyasu plays right back, which is for me. I think you could. It's not the best, but I don't see anything wrong with Tomiyasu. Um, I think we could have gone on and that made more of a push for not saying we would have definitely won it still, but I think some of the stuff that happened doesn't happen. But in terms of the cup competitions, I don't really get that whole thing about we played weakened teams because we didn't really play weakened teams. I didn't think. Um, like our squad wasn't big enough. We're not City. We weren't playing like a second. It wasn't like a second 11. It was like, oh, we're gonna have to mix them. Maybe we. I think it was just like, oh well, Chaka will sit this game out. Party will sit that game out. Some other randomer will play there. So it's just a bit of a. I just don't think we had a big enough squad to deal with it. To be honest, to deal with all the cup competitions. And like I say, he's trying to rest players. And he's got players playing out of position, and that's just how he ended up getting knocked out. Really, wasn't it? Like it was just. Yeah, I think the squad. Well, but the thing is, we weren't. It wasn't our time to win the league. We weren't ready, were we? Really? We
Yeah.
didn't have the best. We didn't have a
Mm,
big squad or anything like that.
no.
So I think the fact we were up there and comfortably second as well, I think you can't complain about it. If someone said to me at the start of the season, "Oh, you're going to finish second," what was it, 5 points behind City or something like that? In the end, I
Yeah,
don't know.
it was five. Yeah, yeah.
I'd go, yeah, I'll bloody take that, mate.
Hmm. Right.
I won't bother.
Less than two games, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, after they'd won it, they sort of threw those last games
Yeah, I mean,
away because
yeah,
they could. But yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's just like it is obviously it's disappointing, but
Mm.
it's a good season. We had one of the youngest teams in the league, and I think I, looking back on it, I would have quite liked us to drop them points over the season, not just at the end. And you go, then all you get all the rival fans. Oh, you bottled it at the end of the season. Oh, you bottled it when it really mattered. So all right, so we dropped points here and there. The City run away with the league. Then who are you going to start calling the fuck? You're going about Germany and France being farmers' leagues. City would have been running away with it. City would have won it in February, and then they would have just sat back and we would have caught up with them and then did 5 points behind it. Like, oh,
Yeah, I mean,
if only we didn't draw to Southampton.
I mean, yeah, I mean the Farmers League thing. If City win it this season coming up, that's four in a row. You've got to go. We are now a Farmers League if that's the
Yeah,
case.
definitely.
If they're
Yeah.
winning it four in a row, it's just it's madness.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
But it's what I find mad actually is that was it. Is it in world football? I think our squad is valued higher than City's now
Yes. Yeah.
in terms of the valuation of the players.
Yeah. I mean, if everyone goes for what transfer market says they're worth, then yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I'm sure City will. I mean, they've just sold some random goalkeeper for 19 million. So
yeah.
who knows what they could sell players for?
Exactly. Exactly. Right. So just touching on it, Tom. Player of the season for yourself. Who have you picked and why?
I mean, yeah, it was really difficult. I think this season. Who won it? I can't remember who won it officially. Was it Odegaard
Yeah, but
or
last
Saka?
it was Odegaard, and last season me and you both gave Odegaard Player of the Season on the video. Um,
Yeah.
and then, but I think Saka won it officially last season. So yeah,
Oh, Saka won it. What? This literally the season just gone. Saka won it.
no. Odegaard won it. Sorry, this season has just gone, and then
Yeah.
the one before where we picked Odegaard, Saka was who won it.
Uh
Saka was who won it
yeah.
officially. Yeah,
So I think there's obviously a lot of candidates. I think.
which is a
I
good
think
thing.
obviously, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why it's difficult. But I think in the end, I've actually gone for Rob. No, Saliba. I went for Saliba. I think what sort of did it for me was the fact that when he wasn't there, it was you noticed it. You noticed a big difference, and he was so solid. All season. Obviously, he made a couple of mistakes, but he's young and it's his first full season in the Premier League. But to do that in your first full season in the Premier League, I think was incredible. Like I say, when we sort of did, I don't think we fell apart, but things started to derail, I suppose, when he got injured. And I think really that's the reason why I've given him my player of the season was you didn't realise how important he was until he was gone. All season we go, oh, what an amazing defender, what a brilliant player. Then when he wasn't there, you go, oh my God, like what a difference. I'm not as much of a Rob Holding hater as other people are. I think Rob Holding is like, you know, he's all right for a squad defender.
people
But
hate
it's
Rob Holding because they look at the way centre backs have developed over the years, and they're like,
yeah,
"Why can't he do that?" I'm like, "Because he cost £5 million from Bolton.
yeah, exactly,
He's not
yeah.
from La Masia. He's not. Do
No,
you know
and
what I mean?"
it's just like and that is the big thing you notice when there's games Holding was playing, and I thought he defends well, but it's just like he'll head the ball away, and it'll just go to no one. But when Saliba, he clears the ball, but it's not a clearance. He heads it away, but he's heading it to another player, like to one of our players, and that's there's such a big thing that if a defender can do that, head the ball away in a difficult position and get it into the direction of one of our players so they can get hold of it. That's so big, and I just thought he had an incredible season. But yeah, I love Odegaard. I've always loved Odegaard. I thought Saka had a good season, and I've always been probably like more harsh on Saka than other people have. But I thought this season he really grew into himself, got rid of the cloggy feet. Obviously, Martinelli had a good season. So, but yes, Saliba.
Yeah, no, I think I think you make great points there because when he did go, you noticed the drop off in party. I think Saka until the game against Wolves, the last game of the season, he wasn't the player because he wasn't getting that ball. When obviously Ramsdale sort of rolls it out, it goes to Saliba, and then that right side of White or Odegaard into Saka. That all just sort of finished, didn't it? Partey was
Yeah,
being made to defend more instead of being a bit more progressive like he normally is, and
yeah.
it
Well, it's
it
just that
just
whole thing of
yeah.
the whole of that side. You got Party, Saka, the whole of that, the right hand side.
Mm,
Then is all of a sudden sort of 10 yards deeper
yeah.
because they're having to help out defensively more, and they know that when the ball gets cleared, they're going to have to be closer to to Rob Holding or whoever it was that was there. Like I thought Kirill did quite well when he come
Yeah,
in.
I like the look of Kiwior. Yeah,
I think it was a shame he didn't come in sooner, to be honest. But they all could sense that okay, we're gonna have to be a bit deeper because the ball's not necessarily getting to one of our players when it's cleared.
yeah.
And then so they the whole thing has to drop, and it's such a big difference. It's such a shame that one player can make that much difference, but it's the way it is, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, thank God he signed him. Thank God he's
Yeah,
renewed because yeah, he is that important. I mean, for me, if we didn't sign him, I don't think maybe I would have said yeah, we'll still get top four, but I don't think we challenge for a league unless we've got Saliba.
no,
And I
no, and
wouldn't
I think
and I wouldn't know what centre back to buy to replace what
you
Saliba gives
can't,
us.
you can't really,
Yeah,
well,
well, especially
especially as he,
especially at the moment. Yeah,
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 and
yeah.
especially as he is, he's 22 as well. So you know, I mean, I think what did he cost us? Like 30 million,
Yeah, I
something
believe.
like that.
Yeah, I believe so at the time.
I think
Yeah.
the same for Gabriel. I think he was like
Mm,
30 million.
mm.
So when you think, we bought both our centre backs last season for 60 mil combined. I would sort of suggest that Gabriel's probably worth 60 mil and Saliba, especially now he's signed long term. You're looking at over 100 million for
Yeah.
Saliba,
I've just I've just
easy.
I've just googled it. It costs 27 million pounds.
Yeah, so
That's
there you go.
cheap. That's cheap.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think, and then you're gonna have to sell him, and you'd get a lot of money in for him, but then you're gonna have to spend a lot of money on probably an older defender who's not going to be around for as
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Whereas he's probably not the finished article, but he's good enough to be in a team that can challenge for the Premier League, I think.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, it's one of those everyone's sort of if you're really looking at it properly, deep down he's probably going to go in 3 or 4 years because he's that good. Like one of
Mm,
the clubs that has, I'm not saying we're not a big club, but one of the clubs that has more of a European sort of pedigree, like your Real Madrids or a Bayern Munich
yeah,
or a Barcelona or someone, they're going to end up buying him. But it's just a case of hopefully by then we've done some extensive sort of scouting and found someone
yeah,
else, like you
yeah.
said,
Hopefully,
that's just as good as him. But for me, yeah, player of the season, I had to pick the captain Tom again. I know he keeps
yeah,
on doing it, but yeah, I went for Odegaard. He played 37 games. He scored 15 goals. He got 8 assists. I felt that he become more of a clinical finish. There were so many times we have the WhatsApps, didn't we, while the game's going on. You're like, oh, will you just
yeah,
bloody shoot, Martin? Like, I'm like, you're in such good position. Like, just, just,
yeah,
just, just hit the ball and yeah, yeah. He doubled up on last season. He got 7 goals and 4 assists the season before. So yeah, he did double on both. So
yeah. I
that's
think
that's
what
what you
is
want.
the joint record, wasn't it, of non-penalty goals from a
Yeah,
midfielder?
yeah,
Just a shame he couldn't get one more, just to have something on Man City. Yeah, he beat De Bruyne.
yeah, yeah.
I
It
mean,
would have
yeah,
been
he
nice.
had an incredible season, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah,
I think maybe what swayed it for me with Saliba was, I think maybe sometimes Erdegaard sort of went missing a bit,
mm,
sometimes, but then there's things like the Southampton game. We draw 3-3, and he's sort of anonymous the whole game. Then all of a sudden he comes to life and he gets us, basically puts
yeah,
us in a position where we could have won the game.
yeah. But that was one of my big frustrations with Arteta throughout the season was the amount of times he's the most subbed captain in the league. But I
Mm,
was like, Arteta, he's arguably your best player when you're chasing the game.
yeah,
Like, like
yeah.
he doesn't stop. He does not stop running and
I don't know
try.
whether that's maybe that's his downfall. Maybe he just gets tired.
Yes, yeah, 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 yeah. He does like nearly 11, 12K a game, doesn't he? The way he's
Oh, it's
up
incredible.
and down. Yeah, yeah. What a
Yeah,
player. No. Okay, so Tom, goal of the season next, please. What have you got?
yeah. I mean, so well, it wasn't. I don't think we scored too many screamers. There's a lot of good build-up goals, and I couldn't find a video long enough that showed all the build-up to our goals. So I'm sure there's one goal we scored this season where it was like 20 odd passes, or maybe even 30 passes.
Mm,
But yeah, I've gone for Saka against United at home. Great, cut inside, probably about 25 yards out. Uh, I don't think you could question the goalkeeper, but power, placement, right in the corner, does the Rashford celebration. If you could say it's the Rashford celebration, United fans claim it's his, but I think someone
yeah.
else did it before.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
great goal.
yeah. No, and I've agreed with you. I mean, people will probably go up. Why haven't you picked Reece Nelson? I'm an honest man. I, I've always been an honest man, Tom. I was in the hospital that day,
Yeah.
not knowing if my mum and my dad were both going to die. Sadly, I lost my mother.
Yeah.
My dad, thank God, he's still, he's still here. He's getting
Yeah.
better by the
Yeah.
day. So for me, as much as it's an amazing goal, and I watched it after, and I'm grateful for it because I thought that it was 2-2, and my mum probably went, "Oh, if I can do some kind of miracle here, let's let Arsenal win 3-2 just to let him not have a
Yeah.
complete
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Let's not ruin his day completely.
Yeah.
let's,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
try and give him something."
Yeah. Yeah. Let's give him something.
But yeah, I as much as I do actually agree the Reece Nelson goal is probably the best because I didn't watch it like I couldn't get, I didn't have that emotional
Oh yeah.
attachment
Oh,
to it.
it's definitely understandable, mate.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. Oh no, no, I know, but it's like for me, without having that emotion of watching it,
Mm.
I couldn't really resonate.
Yeah, I think that's the
It's not one
trouble
of
though
those
with
where
the
I'm like,
Reece
I can't
Nelson.
watch it because it's the day, it's nothing to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
It's not a traumatic thing. It's just I didn't
No.
experience it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more the feeling around the goal rather than the actual goal itself.
Mm.
Though, I think so. Yeah, but I think the Saka goal had enough.
Yes.
Thought that made it 2-1, didn't it? We were 1-0 down. I
I
think it
can't
was
remember if I
because
can't
it
remember if it
kept.
made it 2-2. No, I think it did make it 2. No, I think you're right. I think it made it 2-1 to us. Yeah.
Yeah, it was either
I think
2-1 or
yeah,
2-0.
I think you're right. Yeah.
The matey boy, midget centre back scored a header.
Oh,
Typical.
don't bloody Willow. Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I've gone for Saka as well.
Yeah.
You, for us, children of the you're the '80s, but I'm a child of the. I'm a
Yeah.
child of
I
you.
bloody love the
You just
80s.
squeeze in there. You just squeeze in there.
Yeah, yeah. Best times of my life.
Yeah, it's got to be against Man United, isn't it? They're the team.
Yeah.
You want them beat, mate. You got to have them beat.
Yeah, I think for our era of Arsenal supporting, I think that's normally the game I look forward to be fair,
Yeah,
against
well,
United. Especially nowadays, because it's like, we're more than likely to beat them.
yeah, and plus it's still but both being from Essex, they're still the most supported team where we live. So
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah.
I know so many Man United fans. That's why I enjoy beating them because it's just banter galore.
Yeah.
They go missing for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, the local rivalry, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Tom, your most improved player now, and why, please?
So I went for Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, a lot of people would agree
Um,
with this.
I just think it's ridiculous, really, what he did last compared to what he was like the other seasons. I was never like a proper Xhaka hater. I think
No,
I,
you backed him more than anybody, really.
yeah, I think you can always see he's not a CDM, and it's like so he gets a sort of a new position where he's more box to box like he is for Switzerland. He's scoring goals for fun. He's getting the assists. I think didn't he get the same sort of goals and assists as Fernandez, didn't he, or something like
I
that?
believe so. Yeah.
Bruno Fernandez, and I just think from what he was to do that for obviously he's left. I was genuinely sad to see him, not because I wasn't genuinely sad because we're losing such a good player. It was more sad like what a story, like his Arsenal career has been. It's been pretty incredible, really, and but yeah, I think he's just was so good this season. So for me, he's the most improved. And I've got to give him. So I don't think he ever won any individual awards at Arsenal. So I'll give him this one. You've got this. It's probably the most important one, most improved from
Yeah.
Tom B on the James Johnson Football Channel.
He'll be sat there in Germany smiling, watching this.
Yeah,
He'll go. I finally done it. That's completed the story for me. I might
yeah.
not have won the title, but I got I got Tom Batchford's most improved player.
Probably better than the title, if anything.
Yeah.
He might even retire. He might go, do you know what, Leverkusen? I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
What's the point?
I've peaked.
Yeah, Tom's not going to watch the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. No.
Yeah, I was just about to say you really aren't going to watch it, are you?
No, I'm not going to watch that.
No, fair enough. Apologies to all our German viewers. He's
Oh, they're watching the Premier League as well. Don't act like you're not.
So yeah, I've gone for, again, people may find this controversial. I know we keep saying that a lot. I've gone for Gabriel Martinelli. Now,
Okay, yeah.
now, the reason being, I think you've got to be an absolute idiot if you didn't think Martinelli if you didn't think Martinelli was going to reach the top.
Yeah.
However, for me, I feel like he's done it quicker than I expected,
Mm,
because he went from being someone that I thought was immensely talented, and like I said, he was going to reach the top, but he becomes super clinical last season for us.
yeah. Yeah,
Like,
no, I would say I would agree with that.
he got 15 goals and 5 assists, which I think he's going to improve on next year. That's the only thing I'll critique him on, is sometimes he just holds the ball on too long, and
Mm.
his final ball can lack. Like, look at when we played Liverpool away. We had that one, didn't
Oh,
we,
don't
where
even go there.
it was
Don't even go there.
Saka's so through, and it's like, Martinelli, all you've got to do is hit this pass correct.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was dreadful.
Oh,
It was dreadful.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think in the previous seasons you could see he's just raw, hasn't he?
Hmm.
And this season it sort of was like I in the previous seasons I've always looked at him like he'd dribble with the ball, and I'm always on a bit on edge. I'm like, oh, he's gonna lose it. Don't turn there. Don't do this. You're gonna lose it. But in this season it was just like something clicked. You know, he turned with the ball. It's like, oh, he's just beaten two players and turned out. Has he done that? Yeah, like you say, clinical. Yeah, I mean, again, we talk about, if we talk about transfers later, but Rice for 105 million. Yeah, we've overpaid for him, but you could say we overpaid for Gabriel Martinelli in a way because
Yeah,
he's from the Brazilian fourth division, was it? We
yeah,
bought him from,
yeah.
and we paid like 10 million for him. So you think what a bargain, but also who's mad enough to pay 10 million for someone in the Brazilian fourth division?
Us.
Yeah, and it's
we,
worked out. It's worked out so
we
well.
paid 35 million for Mustafi, mate. We're mental. We are, we're a mental club.
Well, I just think incredible sight. I mean, he was good when he first joined, but like
Yeah,
he was raw. But yeah,
yeah,
I think that's a good assessment of him. He's just looks maybe more mature, I suppose, as
mm.
well.
Yeah. I mean, the shout out to the guys that I did a purely Arsenal podcast with, Neil, that I did a
Mm,
podcast with on there, from that very first game against Fiorentina. Where he had that run.
yeah.
He was just like, I've seen the next greatest art. He's the greatest player in the world.
Yeah.
He was going from it from day one. And to be fair to him, he's not wrong. He's very rarely wrong, Neil. To be fair to him, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
he called that. He's called that like from the first 30 odd minutes he played.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think Again, amazing season.
Mm, mm. Okay, so unsung hero. I'll do mine first. I went for Gabriel at the back.
Yeah.
For me, can he be rash? Yes. Can he make a few mistakes? Yes. But I thought he was brilliant, especially after the World Cup, Tom, because Saliba had a little tiny dip in those
Mm,
first few games after the World Cup, and I think where Gabriel wasn't picked for Brazil, it sort of, for want of a better word, pissed him off.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And he was like, right, I've got a point to prove here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
towards the end of the year, I thought he was fantastic. Like, I mean, I don't know how good his grasp of English is. I assume it's, he very rarely does interviews, but I believe it's probably amazing. It's probably,
Mm,
he's not as bad as people make it out to be. He's
no.
just not that kind of, he doesn't do interviews after the game, or he's not that kind of guy. But with Xhaka going, for me, you lose a massive influence in that dressing room. And
Yeah.
okay, like you said, we'll touch on it a bit later. We've just signed a guy who's been a captain of his club for a very, very long time and won a European trophy with that club.
Yeah.
As much as you want to, as much as it's the Johnston Paint Trophy of Europe,
Yeah.
it's very, it's still, a European trophy, and he's probably going to be the vice captain, I reckon. However, if it's not going to be him, then
Mm,
I would say I think Gabriel's got a very good shout of having that vice captaincy. If
yeah.
Odegaard's out for a sustained period of time, I hope he bloody isn't. But if he
Yeah.
is, I think Gabriel's a good shout now that Jacques has gone to be one of the captains.
Yeah. Yeah. Completely agree. I think maybe until like the Newcastle game when he went down injured about six or seven times. Did he
Yeah,
didn't he didn't he play like every minute of every game pretty
yeah,
much?
yes, he
Maybe
did. Yeah.
missed the last game or something like that. But
Mm.
but yeah, he's quick, strong, good good on the ball, aggressive. He does. He is an unsung hero. He doesn't get the credit from the media that he should do. It's just another one of them. Typical. I don't want to moan about the media too much, but it's just one of them.
No, go for it.
Is
Pile on.
it? Well, it's just he'll only get spoke about when he makes a mistake. It's like, oh, he always does that. He's always doing that. No, he's not. He's not. He's not always doing that. What he's normally doing is defending. Really, he's one of the. No one will ever say it, but he is one of the best defenders in the league.
Yeah, I think
Which
so. Yeah.
which then just by default makes him one of the best defenders in the world. Really, you say he's up there. Because especially left-sided centre backs, very difficult to find. Um,
I think he's underrated on the ball. I think people don't realise just how good he is at like pinging a puck because everyone goes on about Saliba's distribute. It's
mm,
and Ben White's as well. Gabriel can ping a long fizz pass, mate.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
just as good as them two as well.
yeah. And it's just everything about him. He's just a solid player. And yeah, I genuinely can't think of many centre backs better than him in the Premier League.
Yeah. So who's your unsung hero, mate? Who've you
But
picked?
I was thinking Gabriel, but in the end, I went for Ben White as my
Yeah,
unsung hero.
great choice.
Um, he's a centre back playing right back. Um, I do not think he let us down at any stage of the season. There's no part of the season where I thought, oh, he's looking ropey or, God, that's a bad mistake. Just everything he did, I just thought was quality. And again, if Newcastle had a good season, so by sort of default, everyone's just put Trippier as their right back in the team of the season. But apart from Trippier, there's not been. I don't think. I think there's not been a better centre back than right back than Ben White.
Yeah.
And
No.
like you say, he's brilliant on the ball.
Yeah. I'm taking bias out of it as well. I still. Yeah. I can't think of many that are up
I mean,
there with it.
yeah, I'm not. Well, I probably do come across as biased, but generally, when you think of the right backs, you think, especially at the top teams, I think Carl Walker's probably he's up there, but he doesn't play every game. Then again, Pep's playing like some random centre back, or you probably have Haaland at right back next season, playing like inverted number 9 from right back. And then at United, you've got Wan-Bissaka or Dalot. They're Wan-Bissaka's a good defender, but his all around game isn't as good as Ben White.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I think Wan-Bissaka's a brilliant, like you just said, he's a brilliant tackler and everything else like that.
mm,
But I actually think, in terms of going up and down, I think Dallow's really underrated for Man United.
yeah.
I,
No,
I,
I would
I
agree.
actually, I've watched him a few times, and I'm like, you're actually a really like silky type of player.
Yeah, he's
I
just a
can't, I
better
can't believe they
footballer,
want to
isn't
get.
he?
I'm like, I can't believe they want to get rid of you. Like,
Yeah, he is a
you're not
much
too bad, you are, mate.
he is just a much better player than Wan-Bissaka, but just not as solid defensively.
Yeah.
There's not many more solid than Wan-Bissaka, to be fair, at right back.
Mm.
But yeah, there's always that. He's sort of the opposite of Trent, isn't he?
Yeah, and Trent isn't a right back. Stop people just constantly like, oh yeah, but he's a right back. I'm like, just because he's FIFA card as right back, he's not a right
Yeah,
back.
no, yeah. So, but yeah, I think consistently Ben White, and yet he never really got mentioned ever when people spoke about Arsenal. So yeah, I think he is my unsung hero.
Yeah, and do you know what? I know I've did Gabriel, but I'll give Ben White some plus points as well. Best after game interviews with foreign broadcasters as well. Just
He's
doesn't.
got no time.
Yeah, I was just about to say he just doesn't care for any of it. It's
What's that?
amazing. Uh,
What's that one where he's interviewing someone? He's like, oh, it says Benjamin on your Twitter. He's like,
yeah,
why is that? He's like, that's my name.
yeah. Yeah. No, because
I
he. I think it's like. I think that. I've got to butcher his name. I think it's that Jan Arge Fortoft, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
He like interviews him for his the channel that he works for, and I think he done it because he realised like it went so viral on Twitter. People they're like, yeah, get Ben White, it'd be
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
you know, because he just doesn't, you know. It's
He
like
just doesn't. He just doesn't like football, does he?
yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was that he got asked. He was like, "Well, yeah, we're quite good at football as well, actually."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, no, I can't, yeah, I
yeah,
do know the one you mean.
like was it something about like you were lucky or something today or whatever? He was like, "Oh, it's not just luck. We're actually quite good as well. We're quite good at football as
Yeah,
well,"
yeah,
or
I
something.
think maybe it was.
Yeah,
I think I do. I think maybe they were saying, "Oh, you know, you had it. Did you have to show a lot of character to win that game
that
today?" It's
yeah.
like, well, yeah, yeah. Also, we're quite good at football, so
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah,
yeah,
brilliant, brilliant.
yeah, I
Love him.
love him.
Yeah, no, he's top man. Most disappointing player, Tom. Sadly I've had to pick. I've picked Emil Smith Rowe. Um, for
Yeah,
me, the best ability is availability. Cliche. Um, but he hasn't been around enough. He just hasn't been around enough. And I mean, I think he's got a big part to play this season coming up because, like we've just spoken about, the man from Switzerland's left, and I feel that left eight position is his most natural position. I know that we've spent a lot of money on a certain big German
yeah,
that's probably going to play there before he does. But yeah, I think with 5 subs and everything else, he's got the momentum after winning that Euro under 21s. For me, I feel he's not going to be my most disappointing player next season. I know that much.
yeah. He was brilliant in the under 21. His
Yeah,
Euros, wasn't it?
yeah.
He was brilliant in that.
That Gibbs White's class as well. I'm like, it,
Yeah, do you know, I was looking at that that England team, and I was thinking, yeah, like fair, like good, you've won it. But to be fair, like you're all of them players were like established Premier League players. I was like,
yeah,
if you didn't win it, that would have been so embarrassing. It was like City, you know what I mean? It was like the City of the Champions League.
yeah,
It was like really, you've got to win this.
yeah,
Like, you know, you have the Harvey Elliott, who's like, yeah, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, who are pretty much, you know, they're starters for Liverpool sometimes. Um, yeah, Gibbs White. I mean, that Cole Palmer for the City guy. I mean, he's a
yeah.
great player.
He is. Yeah, he's got a very annoying face though.
Yeah, he's just a bit oblong, isn't he? He's just very long.
Yeah, yeah, but no, for me, like you said, looking at that, you know, everyone was going on about, oh, this is amazing and how great it is for England and everything. I'm like, they're going to Southgate. It's not great at all.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
he's going to ruin all of them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. You think you'd never expect go from was it Lee Carlisle
Yeah, Lee
to
Carsley.
Southgate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lee
Lee
Carsley.
Carsley.
Yeah, and it's a
Who
downgrade.
yeah, yeah. Go to Southgate. It's a downgrade.
Yeah, but part of
You
them
go
was like,
that is incredible.
how can I stop aging? Yeah, can I just stay at this level forever?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. For you, who's your most disappointed player, Tom?
Um, it was difficult because I think it was a good season, but I think so. I've gone for Fabio Vieira.
Yeah, that's a few
Um,
people's to be fair.
I just think it was the fact that I do think he's a good player, but he just looked nervous every time he played. I think every time he got a chance, he never really took it. So it's always, you know, obviously it's always disappointing when you make a new signing and they don't really do much. But yeah, I just think for the fact that you know he's playing in the Europa League and stuff, it's like now's your chance to make a push for the Premier League team. And he never really did anything, did he? Really, it was always a bit. I don't know, just looked a bit weak and
Oh,
yeah,
very weak.
yeah,
Not just a bit,
yeah.
incredibly.
So I
Have you
don't know
seen
whether
have you
he's
seen the pictures of him from training this week?
yeah,
He looks smaller. I'm like, what's going on?
yeah. You weren't meant to lose weight.
Oh, I'm like, get off Cowangate and give him proper meals.
Yeah, but yeah. There's not too much I can say about it because you know he didn't really play that much. But I just think when he did play, it was just a bit. Oh, he's not really done anything to. Just yeah, it's just disappointing.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Right, this is the bit that people sometimes get excited for. So this is our keeping,
Oh
our selling,
yeah,
and then who we're going to buy.
okay,
So for me, Tom, um, on the keeping,
yeah,
I have done Aaron Ramsdale.
yeah.
You agree
Keep.
with that one? Yeah. Yeah, I've done Ben White.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, controversial one. I've actually done keep Thomas Partey,
Right.
but I've added the caveat unless a silly offer comes in.
Right. Okay. So what is this? Squad numbers? You're going in order of
Yeah,
squad numbers.
yeah,
Oh,
I've
okay. Yeah.
done it in the numbers. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
if Saudi Arabia come along
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, we'll give you 40, 50 million for him. Yeah, ta-ra.
Yeah.
But
I'll
for
take.
like 28 to 32 million, which they keep saying, I'm
Right.
like, okay, yeah, it's not bad, but I'm like,
I'll take 35 plus. I think.
yeah, okay. Gabriel, he's staying.
Keep. Yeah.
Yeah, Saka is staying.
Yeah.
Odegaard is staying.
Yeah.
Jesus is staying.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe is staying.
Yeah.
Martinelli is staying.
Of course.
Saliba is staying.
Yeah. He is.
Kivior is staying.
Yeah.
Tomiyasu is staying.
Yeah.
Trossard, I love him. He's staying.
Yeah.
Throw some love in there for him. He
Yeah.
could have had an unsung hero. He only come in the January and he got what 10 assists. He could have easily avoided
Yeah.
that one as well.
Yeah.
But Jorginho is staying for me.
Yeah. I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just the experience.
Yeah, you can have another year. Vieira is staying for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to write him off yet.
No.
Nelson is staying for me. This is before I did this list before we got confirmation, but yeah,
Yeah. Do you know what? I've always been a big critic of Nelson, as you know.
Yeah.
But it was like sort of the opposite of Fabio Vieira, really. I think every time he come on, it seemed like he did something. It's not just the it's not just the goal he scored, which unfortunately you missed.
Yeah.
It was like every it was just every time he'd come on, I just always felt like no, he's doing stuff, he's getting involved.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bit of a turnaround for him.
I mean,
yeah,
to sign him and give him 100 grand a week, you've got to play him more than 171 minutes. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I think he injured a bit last season. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think towards the start, but I'm like, you don't have to. If Mikel Arteta and Arsenal listen, you don't have to play Saka every minute of every game.
Yeah.
You don't have to do. I know he's brilliant and he deserves to, but you don't have to.
No.
But yeah, El Neni for me, he's getting another year. He can see out his contract for me. Turner's staying for me.
Yeah. Decent backup goalkeeper.
Well, yeah, distribution wise, he's not fantastic with his feet. He's got a great throw on him, but I don't think he's a terrible keeper. Some people think he's absolutely dreadful, but
no, he's not. He's not.
Yeah. He's not putting Lurpak on his gloves before a game. He's not. No. You're not a write off, but yeah.
No.
Yeah, Zinchenko for me is staying.
Yeah.
Balogun for me is staying.
Yeah, I would like to stay, but I mean, if we're putting a 50 million price tag on him, and someone wants to pay 50 million,
yeah,
then I think that's fair enough. But I would like him to stay.
Yeah, I've done Marquinhos is being kept. However, if someone wants to loan him within the league, then I would accept.
Yeah.
I don't want him loaned to the Championship or abroad. I want to see what he can do in the Premier League.
Yeah, I could see him. I mean, it sounds unusual, but they play good football nowadays. But even like Burnley,
Yeah,
I could see him at Burnley. Mm-hmm. They play pretty good. They played good football in the Championship.
Yeah, I mean, if Zaha is to leave Palace, I'd be like Hodgson, just take him for a year. Like, do us a favour. Yeah. And then I've also done Okonkwo to be kept.
Oh yeah, he had a good. He was at a Belgium team, wasn't he? Or was it Crawley or something?
No, he was on loan. He was on loan in in England, and then I think he went to. Did he go to Switzerland or something?
Switzerland or Belgium. Yeah, maybe it was Switzerland actually.
But he did well out there. I think he won the cup, didn't he? Like saved.
He won
a penalty shootout in a cup or something.
Yeah, I've seen clips of him winning something.
Yeah,
I don't know what he won.
No. So yeah, I'm keeping him. Is there anyone that I haven't mentioned yet that you would keep out of the ones that I haven't said?
We've not said Tierney.
Yeah.
You're not keeping Tierney?
Well, I'm going to get onto the selling in a minute. That's what I'm just asking you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, carry on then.
Okay. So selling, Tom.
Yeah.
Something's just. Oh, bloody hell! Go away. Keep telling me to update Flash Player. I don't need to. I don't need.
Nah,
It's a scam. It's a
can't
scam.
be bothered, mate.
Yeah. So selling wise,
Yeah.
uh, I'm looking at it from the point of view of what players do we have that can get us the most sort of money to recoup. As
Mhm.
much as I like Tierney, I don't feel the manager trusts him enough. So
Mm,
I think he's a sellable asset. So yeah, Kieran Tierney for me.
yeah, so I would disagree.
Mm,
I would I would keep him because I don't think we have another left back, to be honest.
yeah,
And I think
I still love him as a player. I just don't.
yeah,
I part of me's like I'm doing this to help him
yeah. Well,
because they're top of their Euros group, Scotland. Somehow, even though it's got Norway and Spain in it,
yeah,
so
yeah.
so if they're going to qualify for the Euros, he needs to be playing every week, and I don't
I
think
I
Arsenal
I
don't
think he's
start him every
gonna.
week.
I think he's gonna play more next season. I
Okay.
think there's going to be a bit of a madness.
Mm,
It seems like we've signed Yuri and Timber,
mm,
and that gives us the opportunity to invert from left or right back.
yeah.
So I think you could see a situation where he's either switching it up so the teams don't know what he's going to do, or just actually it's we're playing Liverpool. It's like, okay, it's Mo Salah, Tierney. Like your job is Zinchenko. You can't defend, mate. I'm sorry, but you cannot defend. So Tierney plays them games. We invert from right back through Timber. So I actually think he's going to play more next season because I think there's another option.
Okay.
I think that's the idea with Timber. At
Yeah.
least that's what I've sort of seen. We
Yeah.
signed him as a right back.
Just for me, I looked at it and thought, you are a natural left back, yet he still
Mm.
went for Tommy Asu and Kivior at left back over you.
Yeah,
So I don't think Arteta. I don't know what it is. I don't know if Arteta just doesn't trust his fitness or just doesn't trust him enough, footballing wise,
mm.
to do what he wants to do. And I'm not trying to diminish Kieran Tierney as a footballer. I think he's a fantastic. He's what I want in a left back. But the way we're going, it's you got to play in the midfield. You got to do all this, the inverted
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
He's a traditional fullback.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, I wouldn't be devastated if he got sold to
Mm,
bring us some money in, but like personally, I think, like I said, I don't feel like we've got
okay.
another left back. So for me, I
Yeah.
would keep him.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. No, I'll back it. I've done. I know I'm the president of his fan club, and Ketia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would sell.
Out of the two, I, I haven't seen what Balogun can fully do yet.
Yeah,
I've seen what you can fully do for 2 seasons, and you're not shocking, but
yeah.
you're not enough. You're not enough to justify.
Like the thing, I think he deserves to be a starter, but he's not going to start for us.
Yeah,
And I think, yeah, this is the trouble with Balogun. I don't want to sell Balogun,
yeah,
but I think at the same time, Balogun is, you saw what he did in France. I know it's not a great league, but um, I think Balogun, I think he's sort of the same place as Nketiah. I think Balogun deserves to start for a team, but also I think Balogun, Nketiah's had his chance at Arsenal, and he's not going to start for us. So I feel like if you're going to sell one of the two, you sell Nketiah and try to convince Balogun to go, to stay with us for the season and say, look, you're going to, all right, you're not going to start every game for us. You're sort of going to be the Nketiah role, but at least then it gives him a chance to show what he's got. Especially in there's games in the Champions League if you
yeah,
get sort of easier teams that he can play against, and you got the cups and everything. So I'd be looking at him in there and go, well, actually, I feel like Balogun could play for start for Arsenal at some point. I don't think he would necessarily start next season, but I think if you can try keep him and say, look, like you deserve to be at a big club. Don't just go to I think like Marseille and things like don't go to a
Uh,
because then he'll just
hey,
disappear.
Marseille skin. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't
but it's
believe
like
that people like
yeah,
Marseille are
and
going
it's
to be.
like
I'm like they've got no money, mate.
like Italian teams. I just think you'll just go missing. I think you'll just sort of disappear, and unless you're scoring like 50 goals, I think people just it's only France or it's only Italy. So I'd try to convince him to stay, but it
Yeah.
doesn't see. I mean, I've not heard anything about Nketiah leaving, which is the
Yeah.
worry.
I'll tell you what as well, Balogun. I'm certainly not selling him to Chelsea.
No.
If we're selling him anywhere, he ain't going Chelsea. I know that they've sold us a player and everything else, but no, 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 no.
No, and no, you can't sell them a
Yeah,
young up and coming player.
yeah, no way,
No way.
no way. Sorry to do this to you, mate. I've done Rob Holding. I think he's served his time and his purpose. Um, I look at, like you said earlier. I look at Timber coming in. He
Hmm.
could be centre back cover as well as right back cover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think we've all said we need to upgrade there, and
yeah. It
yeah,
seems like we have. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like to begin with, if we weren't buying timber, I'd have said keep it because I think, like I say, he's a good defender. He can come on in the last 10 minutes and head the ball away for the rest of the game to hold on to a lead. Um, it is, and it is. I think people do forget it is a squad game. It's always good to have half decent players who are happy to sit on the bench, which by all accounts he seems like he's happy at Arsenal. Like he's not like, oh, I deserve to be playing, blah blah blah, I want to leave. No, he seems quite happy to be at Arsenal. He probably feels like he's quite lucky, which I'm sure a
yeah.
lot of people would agree with.
Oh yeah, he's probably over the moon. Yeah,
Yeah, so but yeah, I think with Timber coming in, you've then got potentially Tobiasu. If he could stay fit, he's the right back. You've got Ben White could play right back. Timber could play right back. White and Timber could also play right centre back. So I think we've got plenty of options there.
yeah. I've done Carl Hein to be sold. I think he plays every game for Estonia in goal. He's an internet.
Oh yeah,
You're an international goalkeeper. I can't see him ever getting a game for us. So
no,
I just looked at it and thought, you know what? He was in the first team squad on Wikipedia, and I thought, for the better of your career, mate,
yeah,
go somewhere else, lad. Go play.
yeah. I think he's a like quite a good goalkeeper as well from what I've seen of him.
Yeah, yeah. I did Granit Xhaka to be sold because
Oh
obviously the rumor was so strong and everything else.
yeah,
But for me, if Granit Xhaka was happy
mm,
not to play first team football,
yeah,
I'd have kept him.
yeah. I
But
would
he,
have done as
he
well.
he's got too much ego to be. He's like, I ain't sitting on a bench for nobody, mate. So
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that's fair. He's a Swiss national team
yeah,
captain.
yeah,
If you're the captain of your national team, you've got that ego. You're not
mm,
going, yeah, I'll stay and sit on the bench, lads. I mean, he's not.
yeah.
How old is he?
31,
32, 31? I mean,
31,
it's not
31.
that old. It's not
No,
even that old. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I think the fee we got from is incredible. Really,
Yes, it is. Yeah,
I don't know
compared
whether
to
I just
compared
think.
to what it was initially.
Well, yeah, I, I,
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if that's just because I've seen the last 4 or 5 seasons. That's just we're having to terminate people's contracts just to get rid of them. And then we actually got a fee for some. I think if we got 5 million, we're like, bloody hell, we've got some money for someone. That's ridiculous.
Actual money.
But yeah, 21.5 million. That don't sound right to me, but that's a number, isn't it?
Yeah.
21 point
Yes, it
twenty-one
is.
point
Yeah.
five million.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't mind it in my bank, Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, to someone in Germany. So
Yeah.
decent fee,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Yeah. Renarsson, he's another one. Get out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. No.
yeah.
No.
Sorry, lad.
You're a thief. You're stealing. You're stealing a living.
Yeah,
Cedric, another one.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, mate. You're probably a lovely bloke, and you've got arguably one of the best looking missuses at the club, but
yeah,
that's not good. I judge you on how you play on the pitch, not your missus.
yeah,
So you
yeah.
gotta go, mate.
Sorry,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, Pablo Mari. Obviously, he was already sold because he played the
yeah. I
amount
think
of
he's
games.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But I put him in there. I'd have sold him anyway.
yeah,
Again, nice bloke, but yeah, no.
yeah. Lovely
Um,
looking man again.
yeah, yeah. Lakonga. Sadly,
Oh
I don't think that's worked out. So yeah, for
no,
me,
yeah. I
me,
like it. I do like it. I think he's actually a good player. I think he's harshly treated.
I think there's
Again, I think
something
he's
there.
so harshly
I
treated.
think there's something there, but again, I'm like, you're not going to get You're not going to get the minutes at 6. You're not going to get the
Mm.
minutes at 8. So it's just a waste having you there.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, yeah. No, unfortunately, I would have to agree.
Mhm. Maitland-Niles, he's another one.
I think his contract's run out now, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, but
Yeah,
I would have just, I wouldn't have
yeah,
kept him. Again, that's a guy for me. It sounds harsh, but I would blame himself.
yeah,
If he applied himself properly and everything else, he would have been Arsenal starting right back now.
yeah.
Because he
Completely
pretty much,
agree.
he had that position. You watched the what was it, the cup final and the game against City beforehand, didn't we? When we were doing the five at the back when Arteta first come in, because we were just so bad defensively, it was like, right, chuck five in
Yeah,
there. I think he was brilliant at that time.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, he played. We had that game away at Wolves where he completely bodied Traore. He
yeah,
made him look amateur as well, and I just thought, like, you are a right back. This is you.
yeah.
This is you. And
He had all the attributes to be,
yeah,
and it's ironic now, really, that he didn't want to play right back. He wanted to be midfield,
mm,
and all of a sudden Arteta's like, actually, do you know what? Do you know what? Can I shock you? I want to play inverted fullbacks.
yeah.
So yeah, like that's probably the role that you would have really liked to do.
Yeah, but the two clubs that he wanted to leave to play midfield in both got relegated. I'm not saying it's solely down to him,
Mm,
but I'm
yeah,
like, maybe you're not a midfielder, mate.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. Unfortunately.
yeah, yeah. If he does listen, I hope he doesn't take it personally. Um, again, this one breaks my heart because I actually really liked him as a player, and I still think he could. I still think he could produce. I've gone for Nicolas Pepe.
Oh yeah,
You can,
yeah. Sorry.
the fee's just too much pressure on the boy.
Oh my God. I mean, even if we get like 20 for him,
Yeah.
it's incredible business.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just not going to work out.
We're taking a big hit there.
Yeah, it's just not going to work out for you, mate. Here is it.
No,
Uh,
no.
if we could get a Shaka kind of redemption for Nicolas Pepe, I'd love it. But
He's not got the
yeah,
personality though, is he?
no, I'm like, as soon as Trossard got his squad number, I was like, yeah, he's finished. I'm like, if you ain't even got a shirt anymore, you're done. You're so
I
done.
don't. I honestly, I don't even know where he is.
Yeah, he's like.
Nice or Lille or something?
Yeah, he went. Yeah, but they don't want to keep him, so
No.
he's come back, but he's not even training. He's training abroad somewhere, like
Right.
completely solely on his own. So, and I
Yeah.
don't see us take if we've not taken him to Germany. I don't see us
No.
taking him to
No.
America. So,
No.
yeah,
The dogs on the plane to Germany rather than him.
yeah,
Bloody
win.
wins there, mate.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you what, keep win. The dog is being kept.
Oh my God. What? Honestly, it seems so David Brent when it first come up.
Yes.
It's like, but you see the videos, like that is brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That is such a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. The players instantaneously love the dog,
Oh yeah,
so
it's just
it's a
that. It's
morale
literally
boost.
that thing. Yeah, it's literally that thing of like, dog. Dogs. They just run
Doggy,
up
doggy,
to you and be like, "Wee!"
doggy.
Yeah. Dogs are just like, it don't matter. It don't matter if you had a bad game. That dog don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It comes in. It will just treat you the same every day.
Yeah, it's a dog, mate.
Yeah, it's a dog. Big dog.
It's a dog, innit? Nuno Tavares. He's another one. I'm
uh,
sorry. Yeah,
yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. See you later, mate.
yeah, yeah. And then I've done Trusty. I think he's. Do we need another left-footed centre back? When you got
Yeah, I don't
Gabriel, you
know.
got Kivior.
It's a weird signing, really.
Yeah.
We signed him, then he went
It
straight on.
will
For all
probably.
in, he did really well at Birmingham, though. I think he got their
Yeah,
player of the season, didn't he?
yeah, yeah. We'll probably see him a bit more in this tour. I think because you want to play,
It
but
just seems, yeah, it just seems more of
yeah,
like a marketing
yeah,
transfer there, and
yeah,
I think probably it'll end up being a good one because I think we'll probably get more for him than what we bought him for.
yeah. Yeah.
So
And then the other one, again, just because he wants to go himself, is Patina. That's the last one.
yeah, again, gutted. I think he's a really good player.
Yeah.
He's got that. He just reminds me of Jack Wilshere so much. He's so good on the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I think he does deserve to start for someone.
Yeah. Obviously we want to put the buyback in him, but I saw that Brighton want him for 20 million. I was like, oh, please go to Brighton. Because I like watching Brighton. I like
Yeah,
deserve.
yeah.
I'm like, go to Brighton. Yeah, that's a great move.
Well, yeah, but the trouble is, I would fleece them completely. I'd go 20 million. What? 80. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, we got 80 for it.
Yeah.
Just do a Brighton to Brighton. 80, 80, mate. We'll do a
Yeah, yeah,
swap deal. In for
yeah.
Caicedo.
Get that geezer from the Athletic that was giving it the big in all January.
Yeah.
Start was it Andy Naylor or whatever his name is?
Yeah,
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 start
yeah.
winding him up. Oh,
Yeah.
I was just like, do you know what? I've never really been on Twitter and be like, I hate these journalists.
Yeah.
I was like, you are, you know, it's my own channel. I can say what I want. I was like, you're an arrogant shit. And I was begging the club. I was like, please buy size just to piss this guy off.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, he's oh, you're not getting him. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're not gonna get him for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, I was like, you're a journalist, mate. You don't work for the club. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just like, oh, you know, I know the ins and outs and the inner workings, and
Yeah.
like, shut up.
Yeah.
um,
he literally wrote like a farewell post,
yeah,
like begging to come to
yeah,
Arsenal. Like, you're
yeah,
not gonna get him.
yeah, yeah.
And now he's like,
Oh,
oh, actually, Charles, I quite like the project at Chelsea. No, you
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
No, you don't.
You like money, mate?
Yeah, yeah.
No one is going to Chelsea because of the project, mate.
Oh my god, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, and if
It's
that
about
bait, if there are Chelsea fans watching this and that baits them, you know, if CFC Tubbs is watching, I'm sorry,
yeah,
yeah, no one is going for you for a project, mate. They're going for you because they know that you throw coin like mad.
yeah, yeah. You've got you know you get the bags.
Yeah, yeah,
What project have Chelsea got going on? Honestly,
exactly, exactly. That's silly. It's silly. Um, so in terms of loaning, Tom, was there any other ones in there that you would send out on loan? Or I know some people said get Vieira out on loan if you can. Or
no, he's too good to go on loan. I
yeah,
think.
cool.
I just think a lot of them. We just need to keep them around as squad players. To be honest.
Nice. Okay, so this is the fun bit. This is the bit that most people enjoy. It's who do you want to buy, Tom? Now, we've pretty much. I know that we've only announced one,
Yeah,
but there is obviously Timber on
yeah,
his way, and Declan Joloff is on his way as well.
yeah.
Um, are you happy with all three of these signings? Now I know you've said to me
Oh my
before.
god, yeah.
You've said to me before you're actually not. You know, because in our group with Harvey, I've always got reservations about signing anyone from Chelsea because I
Yeah,
I still believe we've not had a good transfer from Chelsea since Yosei Ben Ayoun, and how long ago was that?
yeah, yeah.
So
That wasn't even that good either.
no, no. So, but you're backing Havertz, aren't you? You're fully in.
I am. I was concerned about the money,
Yeah,
but I mean, you know, Chelsea haven't got all their money back, so and that's all they're worried. All the Chelsea fans, all they've got to go on at the minute is, oh well, we sold Koulibaly for this much. We've got this much money back on. Oh, Mount technically Mount was free, so that's all profit. So if that's all you've got to brag about is how much you're selling players for, yeah, what a sad state of affairs. But yeah, like he was an incredible player at Leverkusen. I just think Chelsea's just a rotten club.
yeah,
You know, when things don't go well, everything is a disaster for everyone. You know, and you know, Havertz didn't have a great time there. You know, people saying, "Oh, you know, he's not a very good striker." He's not. He's not a striker for me. He's not a strike. Chelsea just, for whatever, they couldn't ever be bothered to buy a striker for some reason.
yeah. They didn't have one, and they thought this guy's 6'4".
Yeah,
He's the best of it, you know.
yeah. And
Let's
so,
try and lump the ball on his head.
you know, at Leverkusen, he was like the creative player. You know, he's like the next best thing at Leverkusen. So there's definitely a player in there. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, that's a great signing," because you know the evidence shows that he's not done it in the Premier League. But you know, it's a good test for Arteta, I think. 'Cause if he could turn Havertz around and Havertz becomes a great player, like what a win for Arteta. And I'd love it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
cannot I
Well,
cannot wait for him
it's
to be an absolute worldie of a player.
yeah, it's nice to sign someone from Chelsea that's actually young and might be able to,
Yeah,
you know, you get the people that are like, oh, could he be like De Bruyne and Salah? You know, they were at Chelsea,
well,
they
yeah,
didn't do very
exactly.
well.
Yeah,
You know, can he do that? And I mean, if he's anywhere near them two, then yeah, I'll be over the moon.
yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's won me over with the picture of his own dogs,
Yeah,
and then the video of him with Win.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, I've started to turn. I'm like, oh, I quite like you now, despite what I said
yeah,
earlier.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then Timber Tom, he looks like Mark Overmars as a centre back.
Yeah.
He's taking strikers on and midfielders.
I mean, it's ridiculous, really.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I watch the Dutch league
No.
because yeah, I've seen him play.
Yeah.
My second team is Deportivo La Coruña.
Exactly.
But,
And you are a humongous fan of.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
bloody, I love it.
And then your third team is Santos Laguna, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Santos Laguna fan.
Yeah. And you've got a soft spot for Ken Shamrock Rovers.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the FC Homeboys of
Yeah.
the
Oh
African
yeah,
League.
of the Kenyan, the Kenyan
Yeah.
league. Yeah. Yeah.
Good team.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out the homeboys.
yeah. Just
Football.
stop.
No.
just stop posting pictures of like dead animals as banter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's yeah.
like, it's not great.
No. But footballing wise,
Yeah.
love the
Footballing
homeboys.
wise, I enjoy the content, but when
Yeah.
you're trying to banter like FC Cheetah
Yeah.
by posting a picture of a dismembered cheetah,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
not. Maybe that does slide in other
Yeah.
continents, but
Yeah,
certainly not in Europe.
Just get a bag of Cheetos and stamp on it or something. That'd be, you know.
Just chill out a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a real cheetah.
No.
It,
Yeah.
it could be a stuffed one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a real one.
No.
Yeah, enough about dismembered cheetahs.
Yeah.
We're not talking about BBC presenters.
Yeah. Oh, careful. Libelous. Yeah.
But what were we saying? Oh, timber.
Timber. Yeah.
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 Before it all timber, before they start yelling,
Yeah.
yeah. Timber at the BBC, because it's falling down.
Yeah, that's a great segue. That.
Yeah. Cheers.
Uh,
I am available, by the way, and I will take half their salary, and I'm trustworthy.
Yeah.
I might not be able to present well, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I've never paid someone for a picture.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah, I can't guarantee there's none about, but
No.
at least I've never paid for them.
Yeah. God's sake. Oh.
But yeah, Timber.
Yeah.
Yeah. From what I've seen of him, he looks a brilliant player.
Mm.
And I think it was Charles Watts saying on Twitter we've signed him as a right back.
Yeah.
That's sort of the deal. Obviously we don't know for sure, but the vision I've got in my head is that it will be that he will be the inverted from the right. So you'd have a proper left back playing. You might invert from the left. You switch it up depending on the teams, or you just go. You're not going to know what I'm going to do. You don't know. Or you could either go mad and do the double inverted fullbacks. You could see a situation where it's almost like, if you've got Havertz, Erdegaard.
Is he going to play the flying V, Tom? This is the question.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. So you could almost do like the Christmas tree formation with the stand. You add the stand in there, because you always get a situation where when you're chasing for a goal or something, or even if you just feel like, do you know what, I'm bored, I want to batter a team. You just play. You get your two centre backs. You play Zinchenko and Timber. When we've not got the ball, it's just a standard back four. When we have got the ball, it's almost like they could invert and them two become the holding midfielders. They're the two. They're good enough on the ball as fullbacks to back up the play. So you've always got that. You've got that solid block of the two centre backs and the two fullbacks who have inverted into the centre, and then you've got Erdegaard, Havertz. I think Rice. So overlooked how good he is going forward. I think the take on he's incredible of his take ons. His stats of take ons. He just beats players for fun.
Well, that's it.
I think when you've got
the whole philosophy for me. Sorry, just to jump in on the signings, that they're all athletic players.
Yeah.
You've said for years, "Oh, bloody Arsenal can't never sign anybody that can get the ball and turn."
Yeah.
all these, when they turn, they bloody go. They go as well.
Yeah. So, it could be madness. It could be madness. I mean, that's what I think that'd be incredible to see.
How happy are you with Rice, by the way? Because I know a lot of people are, it's too much, or he's not.
People always say, oh, it's a lot of money. It's not our money. Do I care? No, I don't care. I don't care how much he costs. And like I say, and then when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, you think okay, we've bought Rice for 105 million, but then we've bought Rice and Timber for would it be 100 and maybe 140 million combined? You go, but actually, that's a good deal. I think it's Timber for 35, 40.
Yeah.
So when you think combined, actually, it's a good deal.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work out because I would have liked to have seen him play the Chaka role.
Same. I thought he was going to be an 8.
I thought it was going to be like the
Yeah.
box to box, but with
Yeah.
Havertz signing and
Mm.
Party looks like he's off. Chaka's left. It
Yeah.
seems like he probably will be
Yeah.
the defensive one.
Yeah. So obviously we've got those 3 coming in. Is there anyone else, Tom, that you are looking at and going, I think we should do this, I think we should do that? Because there's rumours still of potentially if Tierney does go, you're going to need a new left back. People are like, who's that going to be? They've said
Yeah,
this Frasneda for since January. I think
yeah, for
but
ages
I mean
now.
he's a right-footed player, but he does play left and right back.
Right.
So I can sort of see that. You've got still sort of rumours about Siemens, Xavi Simons. He was brilliant
Yeah,
when PSV played us. Sorry, he,
yeah,
he he was fantastic in that game, and I think he's a very very good player. You got Lavia as well. I don't see that happening. I think he's going to go to Liverpool because he'll start for Liverpool. He won't. If he
yeah.
comes to Arsenal, he will not start.
No, no.
He'll
I
walk.
think
He'll walk into Liverpool's midfield because
yeah, definitely.
Fabinho's got no knees.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well,
yeah,
he's about 85, isn't he?
yeah. It's literally like you are mobile. So yeah, you're going to start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you tie your own shoelaces?
Yeah. Can you
Get in the team.
can you walk? Yes, you're in. um, and then still a lot of people saying about as much as I'd love Caicedo, I'd go mental if we signed Caicedo. I'd love it.
I mean,
But
yeah, that'd be a real statement.
I just can't see it. I mean, there's still the big rumours of Tuchemeni, Tom. Even that, for me, I
Oh
look at
yeah,
that. I look at that and think, but he's not going to be on the bench.
no,
So does that mean Rice is going to go to 8 because you've got Tuchemeni at the 6? It just
yeah,
I can't see it. I mean, I got asked the other day, realistic midfielders that you would sign, James,
yeah.
and I said Philip Billing.
Really?
I like Philip Billing, Tom. He's a big boy. He scores goals.
Right.
He's a good tackler. I like it. Even when he was at Huddersfield, Tom, I've always said I like a bit. Neves went to bloody Saudi Arabia, so he ruined it. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, who else do I like at midfield? Philip Billing.
Yeah.
I like him.
I did think he was a good player. I don't think he necessarily fits into our team now though. But I mean, I'll keep bagging the drum for him. Palhinha,
Yeah,
Palhinha at Fulham.
he's going to cost so much money as well, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
if you don't want to, it'd be less than like Caicedo, and I think what they saying 50 million, something like that.
yeah,
And obviously there's the Garde. I don't know how to say his name at Sporting.
yeah.
He's a very good midfielder.
Mm.
Yeah, do you know what?
Did,
Honestly,
did did didn't he just sign for PSG though?
oh, has he?
I think so.
Oh, maybe. Actually, maybe
Yeah,
he has.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually do feel like I saw that. That's out the window. But it's weird doing one of these videos with you in July,
Mm.
and and
We've
Arsenal have
basically
played.
done everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and we essentially made 3 big signings. It's not like I can sit here and go, oh, we need to sign it. But you go, actually, no, we're doing any other signings from now on. To me, it's like a bit of a bonus.
Okay. If it's an easier question, is there someone that you would like? If you know, I mean, the Mbappe stuff is mental. I don't really, but I didn't
No,
want to
it's
mention.
not happening.
I didn't want to mention it,
That could
but
happen.
because I know a lot of people, a lot of the other podcasters and everything else, they're doing shows about who, and the main consensus a lot of people are still saying is they want the tall striker.
Mm,
They want the option to go long and everything. So the Vlahovic's. I mean, still Osimhen as well, still getting him out of that. I can't. I'd love it, but I can't
no,
see.
yeah.
I don't know who's a sort of tall striker that will be on the bench because we're not going to bench Jesus for anybody. I don't think.
No.
Even if Balogun comes in pre-season, starts scoring goals for fun, Nottingham
Mm,
Forest on the Saturday, the first game of the season, Jesus is going to play up front. He's not going to play
yeah.
Balogun. So
No.
it's like who's a tall striker that's not going to mind being second choice. I don't, you know.
I mean, it's it's only the it's only if he sticks Jesus out wide sometimes, which he
Yeah,
sort of did towards the end of last season.
yeah.
But I can't really think of it. I don't think. I think that's it for the big spending. If we're going to spend big, it will be on like we'll just put a bid in for Caicedo. Well, I don't. I can't see Real Madrid selling Tukameni. Tukameni.
I think they're going to have to do a sale because that's where I believe Mbappe's going to go.
Yeah,
So I feel they're going to have to do something. I mean, as much as if we got Tushimeni, I would not. I wouldn't. I'd be over the moon. But
yeah,
the midfielder that, if you said to me you can have a Real Madrid midfielder, I want the Camavinga, Tom. That's who I want.
yeah,
I
yeah,
want.
yeah,
I really want Camavinga.
yeah. I think Kamavig is the he's definitely the better of the two.
Yeah.
But Tukameni injured? He didn't really play, did he? Was
Yeah.
he injured?
No, no, no. He played a lot. Because obviously Casemiro ended up leaving, so
Mm.
he slotted in more as like their natural defensive
It's fine.
midfielder.
Yeah. I don't. I don't watch La Liga, but
No,
just thinking in the Champions League.
you can't watch it over here anymore. It's not.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no. When I do, I'm purely watching Deportivo La Coruña.
yes, yeah.
I
Legally.
just thinking of like the Man City games. I think of the Man City guy. I don't remember him starting
Mm.
against Man City or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. He definitely
But I
did. He
think
just probably had no impact. Yeah,
oh, good, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Spend 85 million on him then. That bloke who had no impact.
yeah, yeah. No.
Uh, yeah, honestly, like I don't think there's not many strikers. I think that's why we put such a high price tag on Balogun.
Mm.
Just go, who is out there?
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
if Abraham hadn't done an ACL and was like 8 months injured, I'd still punt on Tammy Abraham.
yeah,
I
yeah,
still got all the time in the world for Tammy, but
yeah. But he's done.
yeah, I saw some silly rumours today about Watkins, and I was like, there is no way Ollie Watkins is going to leave
No,
to sit on. I was like, Ollie Watkins will probably end up at Man United
yeah,
because they're
yeah,
desperate. They're desperate, and he'll play every week.
yeah, yeah. That is the thing, isn't it? It's like, is there any
Or he'll go down the road because
what
Kane's
to
going to
Birmingham?
find. No, Kane will finally. He'll finally leave when he'll go to the Bundesliga, and I'll definitely not watch it if he's there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I hope he does go to the Bundesliga. They're not going to get rid of him though. I mean, you know, I'd have Kane at Arsenal.
Oh
They're certainly not going to sell him to us. But
no,
is he holding on? Is he holding on? Is he trying to do a Sol Campbell?
no way,
we've
no
all
way.
seen. Oh, come on, we've all seen the pictures of him in the Arsenal shirt. He would break Shearer's record playing for
Oh,
Arsenal, 100%.
I don't think lightning's going to strike twice there, Tom. I
I
really
mean,
don't.
yeah, but how incredible would that be?
It would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. But I look at it and I think, yeah, he got 30 last season playing with that.
Yeah.
What would he get playing with everyone that we've got? But
Oh,
at the same time, I do really think that I hold a lot of hatred, not just because of the Spurs thing, but because
mm.
I do believe that he cost me two great moments as an England fan.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I
the
do thoroughly
refusal
dislike it.
the refusal to square it to Sterling, and then
Yeah.
the second penalty that landed in my garden. I just
But the thing is, if he betrayed Spurs like that, he's instantly an Arsenal hero.
oh, it'd be hilarious. Yeah, it'd be amazing.
So I mean, he could sign for us on a free, never play a game, like do his ACL in training, and have to retire. But no, you're a legend, mate. You've not done anything for Arsenal. But they were so annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I'd have
I
Kane, but
genuinely think if that did happen, and I don't wish this on anybody, but I do believe they'd probably set that ground on fire
yeah,
or something. You know, they were bad enough when Campbell, but yeah, I think they would go absolutely.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. This is what
Like
happens when
you
you
know,
let.
last season when the Everton people were like, "Don't go," because they were trying to grab them out the cars and punch him in the
Yeah,
face.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I generally feel like someone will literally. I mean, Daniel Levy's quite a small guy anyway. I think someone
yeah.
would try and like just drop kick him.
But this is the trouble, though. When you're like, no, he is priceless, that we're not selling him. When you take that risk, it is like, because at the minute, Kane, from what I'm seeing, is Kane is like, Bayern, I'll come to you because that is the best. That's the best option for me to not, to not ruin my Spurs. Like, I'll go to the Bundesliga, guaranteed to win the league. Essentially, you'll score a bucket load of goals. But at the same time, it's like if when it gets to the free situation, it's like, well, I told her I weren't going to sign a new contract, so you can't blame me for going to. You could blame him for going to Arsenal, but then if he goes off to United at that point, and it's like, I would have left you with 80 million and gone to Germany, but do you know what I mean? They played a dangerous game. And oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
I'd love it. Please
They've
come
got
to Arsenal.
yeah, they've got to sell him. They've got to sell. Letting him go for free is just
Yeah,
absolutely stupid.
but I never thought we ever had a chance of signing Declan Rice.
Yeah,
I
very
never,
true.
whenever his name was mentioned, I was never like, oh, Arsenal being for him. Then all of a sudden, we have one good season. Chelsea fall out with Mason Mount, his best mate. He goes off to United. And Declan's Rice like, well, I've got no other option. I've got to go to Arsenal.
Yeah, yeah, but I think it's because of what we're doing as well.
Mm.
I don't think it's the only option. I think
No,
players have got eyes and they're looking at it. He could have easily gone to Man City, but he would have
yeah,
been like Calvin Phillips.
yeah,
As much as I do rate Declan Rice, he's not as good as Rodri. I know that might
no,
upset people, but I'm like he's not. He would never have started there for us. Either at 8 or at 6, he walks into the team at the moment, and that's. And
yeah,
I'm not saying Party's rubbish, but
no.
he certainly goes ahead of Party for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, you paid 105 million for him. He's starting.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there's no,
yeah,
there's no chance he's not starting. But yeah, it
yeah.
is like,
Well, you
but
say
yeah,
this, but Mbappe would cost 200 million, and he'd be back up to Martinelli, wouldn't he? You're not
yeah, yeah,
so.
definitely. But yeah, like with if Rice goes to City, like you say, I think he'd have a better career at City than Calvin Phillips has. Like, he'd play games, but
Yes.
he would. I feel like he would be a small fish in a big pond at City. At Arsenal, you know, Arsenal have broken the British transfer record for a British player. They've smashed their transfer record. You go into Arsenal, no one saw it coming. If he goes to City, it's like, oh yeah, well, he's going to City. Like this, they're the best team in the world. Why would you not go to City? You come to Arsenal, and it's like, no, you're going to be the main guy at Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, when he's signing and he plays that game against either, I don't know if he'll play against the MLS All Stars. They might save him for the Barcelona one, but
Mm.
that reaction that he's going to get in LA,
Yeah,
that's going to be arguably the biggest cheer for Rice since the rugby team at the Baltic King, isn't it? They're
yeah,
they 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 they
yeah,
they're going to go mental.
yeah, yeah.
It's
But yeah, it is that, like, you are going to be the man. I mean, it's
yeah,
more pressure,
yeah,
but at the same time, like, you're going to be the guy at Arsenal. But at
yeah.
City, you're just
I mean, we're already, there's so much Rice Baby on Twitter
yeah.
now, and he hasn't even been announced yet. God knows
No,
what's gonna, yeah.
but yeah, I think it's the best. It is the
Like
best move for him.
people are gonna maybe buy the ugly, yellow shirt with the kids' car mat on it with Rice on it,
Yeah,
just because they're like, oh, it's got Declan Rice on it. I'm gonna
yeah,
buy it.
yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
got it.
I'm not gonna buy it, but other people
No,
might.
no, I'm not going to buy
Yeah,
anything, mate. Cost of
yeah.
living crisis.
Well, it's not just that, but I mean, they're using Odegaard on some of the adverts, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm a very heterosexual man, but
Yeah,
if you can't make something look attractive with Martin Odegaard on it,
yeah, yeah,
you,
yeah,
you've
yeah,
made a mistake. You've made a mistake.
yeah.
Yeah,
He is just the most aesthetically pleasing person on the
he
planet.
is. He is. He's just got a lovely face. Just got
Yeah,
a
yeah,
kind face.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
But yeah, I can't think. Honestly, mate, it's
Yeah,
a weird position to be in,
yeah,
to sit here and go, I don't know. I
yeah.
don't know.
I mean,
We've signed everyone.
we were supposed to do this video weeks and weeks ago, but I am
Yeah,
dreadful. I am dreadful at prioritizing my time and my life.
yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm just dreadful at staying awake, mate.
Yes. So yeah, that which is why I'll wrap this up in a minute. So so yeah, if we'd have done this a month ago, probably going like, yeah, I'd get Rice. Yeah. Oh, this
Yeah,
Timber.
yeah,
This Timber sounds good. Havertz.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd have looked like geniuses, but now that it's already been done, it's harder. But
Yeah, when it's like, oh, let's do some research on who we should buy. It's like we've all spent 200 million.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
can we really sit here and go, oh, we need to buy this bloke, we need to
Yeah,
buy
but
this
no
bloke?
credit to Mikel and Edu and Vinay and Garlic
Well, and
and
even
all of
even
them,
like the
the
Cronkies, who
Cronkies.
have
Yeah,
been massively
yeah,
hated on in the past. But this
hmm
is, there's a theme all of a sudden with all the teams that he owns in America, where they, he messes them about for a bit, but really he sort of builds them up, and all his teams after a long time they tend to win.
yeah,
They hit it big, didn't they? Eventually,
yeah. Well,
it's sort of what he
we're the only
does.
one that's not done it. Every other sport that he's got
Yeah,
has won.
so far.
It's just us. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's going to be my next question, Tom. I know we like to do these videos, but screw doing the whole Premier League and everything.
Yeah,
Where do you think Arsenal are going to finish next season in the league? I won't ask for the cups. We'll save that for the
yeah,
next one.
yeah.
But in the league, where do you think Arsenal are going to finish?
It's difficult to say. I think Chelsea are a bit of an anomaly.
Yeah.
They could either be like Poch could either be sacked in the first month, or he
Yeah.
could turn them around and they
Yeah.
could be a force.
Mm.
Again, Liverpool.
Patrick Vieira's just become the manager of their because they bought Strasbourg, didn't they? Chelsea now.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've bought another team to move that over here, don't
yeah,
they?
yeah, yeah.
I said to my dad the other day, it would not shock me if Patrick Vieira was manager of Chelsea at Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be,
No, no.
but
It's what we are.
it would not shock me if Patrick Vieira was manager of Chelsea
Yeah.
sometime.
That's it. You just don't know what that bloke's gonna do. So
No,
they could come good. Oh, but people say like, oh, all the other teams are gonna, Liverpool aren't gonna be as bad, Chelsea aren't gonna be as bad, blah blah blah. But it's like, well, actually, we've strengthened. We were comfortably the second best team for most of the season. We were the best team in the league. We were comfortably the second best team in the league. You know, City are just too good, though. I'd love to maybe like, just beat them next. Do you know what I mean? Just take 3 points off them and finish. I don't think United are doing rubbish in the transfer market. I don't think they were that good last season. They're not really improving. But yeah, I could see a second place, and it's just whether City winning the treble have they got the desire? Have they got it in them to then go again? But all them players are there. Well, we've won everything. They're all, they're all. Their team seems quite old. I don't know if I'm wrong in that perception, but seems like a more aged team. De
oh
Bruyne
yeah,
is
yeah.
30. Kyle Walker's up there. I think they have got some young players, but it's just if I imagine they will have the hunger to do it again. The four-peat, no one's ever done it. But I could see another pretty good season for us. Maybe we could do a Liverpool and go one better. But that was a really good Liverpool team as well. But I think we'll have a good season. I think, really, I'd be happy like getting to semi-finals of the Champions League and maybe finishing third in the Premier League. Um,
I,
but
I don't want to regress. I think
yeah,
for me, you got to stay the same or you got to go one better. I mean, one better. I think.
yeah,
I think we got to go one better.
I,
I'm backing
yeah. I
it.
mean, I think,
Let's win the league. Come on, I'm
yeah,
backing it.
yeah.
Let's go.
Well, I think I've said to you, I think we'll be further behind City next season. I
Oh
think
god.
maybe there'll be.
Oh
I think
god.
I just sit here just too. I can't sit here and say yeah they're going to be better this because they're too good.
Yeah.
But I think we can be.
Mhm.
We have made good signings. So yeah, we're going to win the league, mate. We're going to do the quadruple.
Come on. Good man. Well, on that note, I'll end it there, Tom. Thank you very much. As always, I've taken nearly an hour and a half. Well, with all the mucking around trying to get it sorted at the beginning, about nearly an
Yeah.
hour, an hour and 45 minutes of your time.
Yeah, the sun has gone down.
Yeah, no, much appreciated, mate. And yeah, no. So again, please leave a like and a comment. I'll reply to you. Tom might reply to you. And
I do, yeah.
please subscribe if you don't already. If you enjoyed it, we're gonna do a bit more content here. Obviously, got the Arsenal stuff, got the Premier League stuff, and
Yeah.
we'll be more consistent. I promise.
Yeah, and you know,
Because
if you get to the
I enjoy doing this stuff, Tom. I'm just a terribly, I'm a terrible
just,
procrastinator type person.
yeah, just terribly unorganized people.
Yeah, but I'm incredibly motivated due to the love that was shown to me on the
Oh
social
yeah,
media.
I just see all that. You know, you do deserve it, mate.
Oh, thank
As
you, mate.
much as I dislike you,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
you do deserve it. You're a
Yeah.
good lad.
Yeah.
I did see a comment someone put of they were giving you a very lovely compliment. Like, I was going to reply to some of these on Twitter, and I think one was I've learned. Oh, I've learned to love him. I was like, you definitely need to learn.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not an instant thing. You do have to learn it.
It's a steep curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you do have to learn, mate.
Yeah.
You have to go through. You have to do 3
Yeah.
years at university.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm whittling on here, so I'll try and be as quick as I can. But you know the old Facebook memories.
Yeah.
There are so many that I see daily of just this was like 2009, 2010 when I was even worse than I am now, and it is literally just you like, I'm ringing your phone and texting you, will you bloody wake up? You're like, get out of bed, please.
Yeah, well, I do remember people were
you're
always
like,
asking.
You're literally like,
are you friends?
It's literally you. You're like, I have based my day around us doing something. You're still asleep. It's like,
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, this was meant to start. This was meant to start at 7.
Yes,
so
I know.
7:45 by the time.
I know.
You're still eating wedges, mate.
I know. Well, that was the thing. I got the pizza and I thought the pizza was a 15-minute and it was a 25er.
Yeah.
It was a 25-minute. Yeah, because it was a stuffed crust. It has to have an extra 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How many subs are you on now? Or you?
Yeah, 172.
Well, yeah. You know, if we could get to 200.
Yeah.
You know, that would motivate me to buy a chair and a desk at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I may die of uncomfortability at the minute.
No worries. But no, thanks again. And we will see you on the next video. Take care, everybody. Thank you.